A physical quantity was something which could be measured. Sir Isaac Newton, who has given me and you the concept of gravitation. Without a standard, you cannot refer measurements. CGS, centimeter, gram, seconds. Hello students, remember, the most important thing in one's life is not the position where we stand, but it is the direction in which we move. This is SD Sir again from the Temple of Excellence, taking you all to session 2 on the chapter Units and Dimensions. Did you all do your units and measurements accurately before you have come to this session? Good. Expected so. We will just recall what we did previously. We told a physical quantity was something which could be measured directly or indirectly. We understood what was a unit and magnitude as compared to a given physical quantity. We told the unit of a physical quantity is always inversely related to its magnitude. And finally, we stopped by learning the classes, that is the fundamental and the derived physical quantity. In my today's class, we will learn the measurement of two important quantities, what we call as mass and time. So without delaying, let us start today's session. In this slide, you can see a very beautiful photo. Beauty is the character of one's soul. Who is this? A genius, Sir Isaac Newton, who has given me and you the concept of gravitation without eating the orchid, the apple that fell on its head. Today, before we start, the first topic that we study is something called system of units, which are the different system in which units was measured. My dear students, when we refer back, mass, length and time, these three fundamental quantities are considered to be representative quantities. Please to understand, the three fundamental quantities, mass, length and time, we consider them to be representative quantities. Why representative quantities? Because any unit of measurement can be represented or framed by using these three quantities. The first system of unit is what we call as CGS system, where length is represented in the units of centimeter, mass is represented in the unit of grams, and time is represented in the units of second, CGS, centimeter, gram, seconds, where centimeter represents length, gram represents mass, and second represents time. The second one, FPS system, where F, foot, represents length, P, pound, represents mass, and again seconds represents time. This is a unique system of measurement followed by the British. Therefore, this is called the British system of measurement. Foot, pound, seconds, where foot represents length, pound represents mass, and second represents time. The third one is called MKS, where M, meter, is the unit of length, kilogram is the unit of mass, and second is the unit of time. My dear students, there are three different units, three different system of units giving me the measurement of different physical quantities. This often led to confusions. So what scientists decided was no more confusions, no more different system of units, and hence in the Geneva Conference on Units and Measurements, the SI system was adopted. It is Standard International System of Units, which told here afterwards we are following a common system of measurement. If length is measured in meters throughout the globe, length has to be measured in meters. If time is measured in seconds, the SI system told internationally time has to be in seconds. And this system of units, the system international of units, was adopted at the Geneva Conference held on units and measures. Now, the first fundamental quantity that we measure is mass. Mass. My dear students, a very fundamental term that we have discussed throughout our discussion. Right from your lower classes, you should be very familiar with something called as mass. So, can one of you tell me what actually is mass? My mass is 50 kgs. What do I mean when I put forward that statement? The meaning says mass is the amount of matter that is present in an object. Very beautiful. Mass is the amount of matter which is present in an object. Now, what did I understand by that? Textbook kaleno baradu butru yen bardidare. Mass is the amount of matter. Hagandreno. That means, for example, if my mass is 50 kgs, I mean 50 kg of matter, 50 kg of atoms and molecules is comprised in me. If the mass of this pen is 2 kgs, 2 kgs of matter, 2 2 kgs of atoms and molecules is present in this pen. So we say mass is the amount of matter contained by an object. ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದೇ ಅದ್ರ ಮಾಸ್. ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್, ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈಸ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, something which is physical in existence. So what is mass? It is the amount of matter, amount of atoms or molecules present in an substance. And more beautifully, it is a basic property which is independent of physical conditions. What do you mean by that? 10 o'clock, you measure my mass 50 kgs. 11 o'clock, you measure my mass 60 kgs. 12 o'clock, you measure my mass 100 kgs. Nanen magician na? No. Whatever time interval you measure my mass, I am 50 kgs. Under whatever pressure you measure my mass, 50 kgs. So my mass is invariant under any change of physical conditions. Please to understand, the entire classical physics, the so-called Newtonian physics, describes that mass doesn't change or mass does not vary with physical conditions. Under any physical condition, mass has to remain the same. So what is mass, my dear students? It is the amount of matter, amount of atoms or molecules present in a substance. It cannot change with respect to any physical conditions. Now, mass is measured using a physical balance. 2 kg chicken beka? You go and ask the vendor. He will take a physical balance, weigh 2 kgs of chicken and give it to you. 10 kgs of apples, physical balance, mass is measured and it is given to you. Go to the same vendor, ask him for 2 kgs of atoms or molecules. Boss, I am sorry, I am very straight. Why? Mass of atoms and molecules cannot be directly measured. As I told in my previous session, mass of atoms or molecules cannot be measured with definite designed devices. I don't have something called a physical balance to measure the mass of atoms and molecules, but still I need to do it. So what do? I use something called atomic mass unit, AMU. A very common 1-mark question. How is the mass of atoms and molecules measured? It is measured by using something called atomic mass unit. Now, by definition, 1 AMU is 1/12 the mass of carbon-12 atom. That means if you take a carbon-12 atom, half of that is not 1 atomic mass unit. 1/4 of that is not 1 atomic mass unit. The definition says 1/12 carbon-12 atom is 1 atomic mass unit. Very interesting. What is this? 1 by 12th of carbon 12. No exaggerations, my friends. It simply means 12 grams of carbon 12 atom is called 1 atomic mass unit. ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ 12 grams of carbon 12 is called 1 atomic mass unit. ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ವೆರಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿ 1 atomic mass unit is 1 by 12th the mass of carbon 12 atom ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರು. ನಾವು ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಏನು ಕಲಿತ್ವಿ? 1 by 12th the mass of carbon 12 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 12 grams of carbon 12 ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So 1 atomic mass unit is nothing but 12 grams of carbon 12 atom, and this is important in terms of kgs. 1 atomic mass unit is 1.66 into 10 power minus 27 kg. This you have to remember in mind. 1 atomic mass unit in terms of kgs ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರಿತೀವಿ? 1.66 into 10 power minus 27 kgs. So recalling back, how do I measure the mass of atoms and molecules? Sir, AMU. ಏನಪ್ಪ AMU ಅಂದ್ರೆ? Atomic mass unit. ಅದು ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಹೇಳು. ಸರ್, 1 atomic mass unit is 1 by 12th the mass of carbon 12 atom. ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥನೇ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ನೀನೇನೋ 1 by 12th the mass of carbon 12 atom ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಏನದ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ? ಸರ್, that means 12 grams of carbon 12 atom is nothing but 1 atomic mass unit. So 1 atomic mass unit under ಎಷ್ಟು kg? Sir, I know 1.66 into 10 power minus 27 kgs. Now, there are several methods, different methods of measuring mass. If you observe, mass of planets, stars and sun, huge mass. ನಂತರ 50-100 kg ಅಲ್ಲ, huge mass. They are always measured by gravitational method. 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನಃ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Name the method used to measure huge mass, and the answer is gravitational method. Then what about the device which will measure the mass of subatomic particles? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಆ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಮಾಸ್ by using a method called gravitational method. When it comes to the mass of subatomic particles, by a device called spectrograph. Usually, what is the range of the mass? The smallest range I consider is 10 power minus 31 kg. What is that? This is the mass of the electron, and 10 power plus 55 kg, which is the mass of the universe. So, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತ್ವಿ? Huge mass, is measured by a method called gravitational method. Mass of subatomic particles like electrons and protons are measured by device called spectrographs, and generally the mass we consider is in the range 10 power minus 31 kg to 10 power plus 55 kg, which is the mass of the electron to the mass of the universe. This is a small bit of note which I will take care when we do Newton's law, which will distinct between mass and weight. See? No measurement of time. A clock, a watch. So these are the devices which generally measures time, alva. I measure time using a clock. I measure time using a watch. Then what is time? Sir, what question, sir? How do I define time? Try to do it. For example, I enter college at 9 o'clock in the morning. I go out of the college at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. How long did you stay in the college? Sir, 3 hours. How did you measure? Duration between two events. Which was the first event? Me coming to the college at 9 o'clock. Which was the second event? Me going out of the college at 12 o'clock. Duration between those two events is what we call time. Sir, so beautiful. That is what, my dear students, a genius called Einstein says. Duration of your examination. I enter the examination hall at 2 o'clock. Come out of the hall at 5 o'clock in the evening. How long did you stay? 3 hours. How did you measure? The first event is what I enter into the exam hall. The second event is what I leave the exam hall. Duration between those two events is what I have measured as time. Sir, so interesting. So what was time, students? It is the measurement of duration between any two events. How long did the rocket reach or stay in the space? Measure duration between two events. Projection of the rocket to the inside of the orbit. So we are measuring time as a duration between two events that occur. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಎರಡು ಈವೆಂಟ್ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯ ಇರೋ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So as I told, time is measured using a clock. But very interestingly, there is a standard atomic clock based on the vibrations of a cesium atom. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ಮೆಷರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಬೇಕು. Without a standard, you cannot refer measurements. Same with respect to the measurement of time. So we have a standard atomic clock which is designed on the vibrations of a cesium atom. Cesium is a radioactive substance. ನೀವು ಓದಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ next year completely you study about cesium. Therefore, this clock is called cesium clock or atomic clock. Why? That is designed based on the vibrations of a cesium atom, radioactive cesium atom, and therefore it is called cesium clock or atomic clock. In cesium clock, 1 second is defined as so much of vibrations made by the cesium atom. One cesium atom is allowed to vibrate or oscillate such large number of time, and time taken for this huge oscillation is called 1 second. And what is the accuracy? ಎಷ್ಟು accurate ಆಗಿದೆ? It may be plus or minus 10 power minus 13 seconds. The error in the measurement of time done using a cesium clock is either plus 10 power minus 13 seconds to minus 10 power minus 13 seconds. It is so accurate. And in India, NPL, National Physical Laboratory, maintains the cesium clock. So what was time, students? Very simple, sir. Duration between two events. How did you generally measure time? Sir, I have a watch, I have a clock. But which was my standard reference? It is standard atomic clock. How did I design that? Sir, we used cesium atom and called it to be cesium clock or atomic clock. How accurate is the time measured using cesium clock? Plus or minus 10 power minus 13 seconds. So my dear students, in this session we have learned how to measure mass, different methods to measure different types of mass, and we have learned how to measure time. In my next session we will come and understand measurement of length. Until then, have a review of whatever is done today. Enjoy the classes. We will meet in the next session. Until then, goodbye. Thank you.